Some men are born with steel in their hand, their iron blood strong from the start, ready to battle, ready to stand, least to falter, scarce to lose heart, meet to the field with little need for plan, body over thought, frame over art. Some men are born soft clay yet unmolded, timid to the pushing and pulling of form, lost when battered, lost when scolded, retreat unto their darkest shores, shied from the flame with a soul insulted, given unused powers, not knowing what for. And still, life pits unequal against unequal. The hounds go to foster alongside the pups, all minds hovered over by the same mighty steeple. On the same imposing grindstone, all teeth are cut. Often unsung are the gifts from vicious people. Into uncertain hands, such painful boons are thrust. Then, once the tides of war have arrived, men in their ships must shove off to confront fate, into storm-racked seas, shattered upon rocky spines, splintered boards, secure vessels displaced. All converges unto a solitary choice, to fight to live or to yield to die, eyes to remain open but to see a skeleton's face, and scramble not to be consumed into the lifeless voids of its eyes. The soft clay will mold from the pressure of these struggles and be fired to form by the heat of the blaze, or trampled underfoot, soul crushed, voice muffled, done away with, bereft of true honor of name, sacrificial lambs, ranked and filed by muscle, taken without braying, in guise of wolves, to be slain. But the champions stand and put forth their dominance, with waves of bloodshed radiating from their strokes, never giving pause to the morality of their violence. Their birth-written blades sing the gruesome odes, their bludgeons and pole axes carve through frivolous defenses, and the wails of the defeated, the only chorus they compose. Back a home turns their gaze, thoughts of rejoiced arrival, and their terrible deeds sung as glories by bards, monsters to heroes in every air and style. Tribute makers draw color over gray, soften the edges which once were hard, and the champions of war enjoy their praise for their while. But as time layers years, the favor comes to turn far. A day thence will dawn, when the warrior's eyes have become lined, and fading beards speak of the long road traveled, when the populace has forgotten past triumphs from its mind, and the voice of the public digresses to babble, condemnations and criticizing for the rough men they now find, who, for the freedom of their kin, with their own souls they did haggle. What is raw power when fashion has reign? What wild spirit born can find its home within a placid land? Where is the place for fighters when the lions have been tamed? No spice can be appreciated as much as hunger can. No step can be beloved until the leg has grown lame. Why must fate, in its callous cackling, also bring a poisoned dagger in hand? Why must this tainted civilization see its honored brought to shame? Thus is the paradox into which they are thrust, damned for their deeds as they would have been damned for their knots. They kept their homeland with courage, preserved it long enough to watch high kings falter and paragons lose their majestic cloth, to see the love of all hearts grow sick unto lust. The summer which thrived now shakes with the bitterness of winter's frost, where the women once cherished with tenderness of heart, now gone to slatterns, exalted by their ilk, where the men once guided with boldness at their starts, now resigned to slithering, to spitting words which wilt, all clung to falseness and consumption in their farce, and the sword decried by those who never wielded, yet cleft it tip to hilt. And all who partake of these wayward notions, these misgiven attitudes, rely upon the strong foundation provided by those before. It was only the warriors, the builders, those cast down as crude, that allowed the malcontents to live for generations more. Oh, what a twist, to struggle, to be victorious, to never lose, long enough to see the masses pervert their very own lore. It no longer matters if that old man vanquished 200 of foe, nor if that one built with his mind and hands the tools used by all, nor if that one gave the strength of his back, laying the city's stone, nor if that man has a piece of his spirit in each road, each canal, each wall. It only matters if one is young and defiant, respectless of that unknown, drunken and debauched with popular detachment in popular halls. Woe is Cercania, who traded souls for coins, whose attention wanes in the midst of challenge, where once fortitude sprang from its loins. Now the planks of its civilization have broken at the hinge, and the jester holds up its head and self-anoints, while the feuding masses of the same ill mind give historians future cause to cringe. Woe is Cercania, and its downfall of utter shame. Its own hands pulled its own feet from under, its own mouth blasphemed its own name, its own teeth ripped its flag asunder, bastardized life's journey into a shallow game, grew to apathy. Once upon was passion, grew to gawking. Once upon was wonder. Now it lies in silence, a seaside ruin. The fog rolls in with the breath that once filled sails, and into this marbled valley lies the stone all struck and strewn, mounds that almost reclaim their former glory by attesting to that which failed, pillars standing in remembrance despite the groundwork loosened, chalices scattered and tarnished from age nearly hum the names of those once hailed. Through the soundless streets a winding, almost a murmur can be heard, but no voice to break the stillness binding. No sunbeam shone can utter a single word, like processions of the dead and dying, tangible memories round somberly about every curve. Across the rocky outcroppings of the hillsides surrounding, a breeze shakes the leaves in the olive trees. Then down upon the rooftops view, unsounding, hands joined in other hands from the great beyond seem to reach, longing to once again feel the pulse of odds surmounting, longing to once again remember how to speak.